Hello everyone, welcome back to Remind, knowledge sharing channel self-development through good books. This week, I want to share with you an incredibly valuable book. This book is called A Strong Inner Self is the Medicine for All, through the autobiography, Educate of historian Tara Westover. If before you came to this world you had in your hands a very bad life scenario, would you want to experience it again? And if you have already set foot in this destiny and hold bad cards in your hands when you cannot choose your parents and cannot change your background, how will you continue to live with what attitude? In her autobiography, American writer Tara Westover recounts in a very realistic way how she climbed out of the hell of her life, overcoming all the painful obstacles and being accepted to Cambridge University in what seemed like a complete reversal of her fate. She escaped from the mountains, removed the narrow-mindedness, used education to open the door to a new world, and finally she won the freedom and happiness in its true sense. This book immediately entered the bestseller list of New York Times, and Tara was also honored by Time magazine as the influential person of the year. Educate is also a book that ranked first on the list that Bill Gates recommended to read in 2019. Bill said that this is a great story that really inspired me. I also started to reflect on my own life when reading her difficult childhood story. From Tara's real-life story, we will see that a person can live freely and happily not because of good family background and conditions or not, but because she has a strong inner self with 4 core competencies to be able to reform herself. So what are those 4 core competencies? First, conquer your inner fears. Tara grew up in the mountains of Idaho. Her father was stubborn and suffered from severe bipolar disorder. Her brother was an independent thinker who later became a staunch believer in her husband's misguided ideas. Tara's parents were conservative, Mormons who did not believe in science, education, or government and had no connection to it. Her father was determined not to let his children go to school and taught them at home. From the age of 7, she was dragged by her father to the scrap recycling station to help with the work. Once, she was thrown to the ground by a pile of rubble and even almost died under her father's car. In that different environment, Tara also witnessed her brothers being burned and injured, even having their fingers cut off. When she was young, Tara imagined that the magical field was a playground for the struggle between demons and witches, between goblins and thugs. But now she discovered that it was like a furnace in hell filled with fear. In addition, she had to live in a family filled with violence and discrimination against women. Her brother was very erratic, prone to violence and had a serious personality disorder. He often insulted Tara as a prostitute and even grabbed her hair and pushed her head into the toilet. Even when Tara went to college, she always used the excuse of hanging out with her just to find a way to be violent with Tara, and she had many nightmares about being killed by her brother. All those sorrows were like a knife cut into deep scars on Tara's sensitive and insecure soul. A writer once said that when you are afraid, all doors will be closed to you. In many cases, it is not the circumstances that defeat a person, but the fear, disappointment, and lack of confidence that make them collapse. It is like a low-energy source that has been suppressed for a long time and cannot be released. According to the way of self-perception about the world of these low energies, it will automatically shape and distort a person's perception. But for Tara, she is completely aware of this. Under that invisible weight, she did not collapse but was very resilient. Even though she carried fear, she still decided to go on her way. Even though she was locked in shackles, she could still dance. She began to let the gray fate bloom little by little with vitality, trying in silence. The terrifying echoes from the deserted beach, the family's noise, the brutality of the husband and the father's tyranny made Tara want to escape countless times. Then, in that darkness of despair, when her brother Tyler was accepted into college, it became a guiding light for Tara. Under the influence of her brother Tyler, Tara decided to take the college entrance exam. She picked up a book and took advantage of every spare moment to quietly study by herself. she secretly studied trigonometry and physics. She also always believed that outside this door, there would always be a world of order and reason. After the first sudden exam, Tara did not get discouraged and continued to study hard. After another struggle, she finally received a notice from Brigham Young University. However, after entering college, she had to face countless bigger challenges because she had never studied in school before. Without a built-up vocabulary, it was impossible to write an essay, and even the most basic homework was extremely difficult for her because there were often very naive questions in class. Because of this, she was misunderstood by her teachers as intentionally causing trouble, and Tara was hated by her teachers and classmates. Such a life made her start to feel that going to college was a mistake, but even though her heart was somewhat shaken, she never thought of giving up. To pay the rent, Tara had to grit her teeth and endure the stomach aches, and try to go to work cleaning at 4 o'clock every morning to pass the exam. She had to stay up late every night, racking her brain to take notes and study for the subjects. Once, when she was about to take an exam, she had to endure the pain of her brother Sean breaking her toe and limping, but she still steadfastly walked towards the exam room. Because she had suffered a lot, she was not afraid of getting tired because she had gone through many hardships, so she cherished every opportunity to study. Through her tireless efforts, she graduated with honors and was recommended to pursue a master's degree at Cambridge University. And through her tireless efforts, she came from a conservative Mormon family and became a distinguished scholar with a liberal spirit. Every day through continuous learning, you will be able to get closer to those dreams that seem far away. With Tara's efforts, she has re-engraved herself, and all her perseverance is to make life easier for a new beauty. Do you know if fate has arranged for you to suffer and challenge, then just quietly accumulate. Just quietly work hard. Your persistent training over the years is to shine brightly tomorrow. Our destiny is in our hands. When in this vast sea of people, live a unique life. Learn to be alone. When Tara first entered university, her loneliness began to appear, which was due to the fierce conflict between her inherent perception and the real world. She grew up in a very conservative family. When she first entered college, she thought that being a female student wearing a short skirt that exposed her knees was debauchery. Going to the movies on Shabbat was disrespectful. She never even washed her hands after going to the bathroom, nor did she dare take painkillers when she had an earache. She also firmly refused to accept government subsidies, even when she didn't have enough money to pay for her tuition. Her classmates looked at her with contempt, considering her a freak. That's why she was always alone. Lonely Tara began to seek comfort from books. Through learning about modern civilization, she gradually shortened the distance with her classmates, redefined herself, and began to live as a normal person. Being alone is a gift from God, and solitude is also the best time for a person to increase their value. When she is alone properly, her anxious emotions gradually cool down and the sounds that bother her gradually quiet down. Tara finds her own rhythm in solitude, and it also gives her rational judgments about many different things. Of course, Tara's loneliness first came from the school she attended, and secondly from her own family. The moment Tara woke up and began to expose Sean's crimes to her parents stubbornly believed that she was possessed by a demon and had hallucinations, and she began to be isolated by the whole family. But it was also during this time of isolation that Tara touched an inner truth. She resolutely defended that truth and steadfastly pursued her own beliefs. She began to reread John Stuart Mill's masterpieces. She conducted academic research and tried to solve the unsolved mysteries of her family. Just like that, after a whole year, she finally completed the first draft of the case and received a letter of acceptance for a doctorate from Cambridge University. She began to build a new lifestyle, and the confusion that had haunted her for many years also began to have an answer. Success is never overnight. Behind every achievement is loneliness and hardship that an ordinary person cannot understand. Loneliness is not the loneliness of wanting to die, but it is a kind of complete enlightenment, an extraordinary power that comes from silence and helps us to be like a bird that can fly to our own sky. Ordinary people will use noise to fill the emptiness in themselves, while elite people will use the power of loneliness to achieve success. Life is like lonely steps in silent days. You can accumulate a great deal of energy. You do not need to make an effort to live in harmony with everyone, nor do you need to seek support from someone. You can completely practice quietly alone. This is the best way to live for your present. Let go of attachment. Ralph Waldo once said, "The mind, once stretched by a new idea, never returns to its original dimensions." And Tara, who was reborn and moved forward, also experienced the state of no return while her relatives remained standing still. Whenever Tara deliberately hinted that Sean was a violent man, her father scolded her for coming back from Cambridge just to make this family restless. Her father always protected her brother, and her mother never said a word of blame to Sean, thinking that Tara had stabbed him in the back. He always called to yell and insult Tara and threatened to hire someone to kill her. Under Sean's threats, under the excessive favoritism of her parents, Tara's sister also chose to cut off her relationship with her. Tara is far away from God, controlled by Satan, and Tara is also the destroyer of the whole family. But there is one thing that makes people feel conflicted and stunned. Even though her parents have opposite views with Tara, they still want her to return to the orbit of Tara's reincarnation. That is the love of her parents for Tara. That love still exists, but it is too distorted. Tara does not want to cut off the bloodline with her parents, because the family is the place where it is most difficult to distinguish right from wrong. But now she is no longer the same as before, and her parents are still the same as before. Her inner conflict has been going on for a long time. Tara's spirit seems to be in a state of serious division. She is depressed and lacks confidence. She paralyzes herself by constantly watching TV every day. She often cries, laughs hysterically at night, and runs out into the street screaming. But finally, when the new educational awareness is implanted in her belief system, Tara realizes that separation from her family is inevitable. Having to leave her parents when she grows up is a necessary thing to do, and in a real family relationship there will be a time when separation occurs. After a painful inner struggle, Tara finally gets rid of the feeling of guilt and decides to say goodbye to her parents. She was able to make peace with her heart and be determined to be herself. As Tara said in an interview, "You can love someone and still choose to say goodbye to them. You can miss a person every day and still be glad that they are no longer in your life. There are people who are not suitable to be with you. They can exist in your life in another way. There is a kind of love that is only suitable for remembering. It can be sending memories from a far distance. There is no need to be too close. There is no need to be sad when the sun is too hot. We choose to turn back and embrace the moon. But this does not mean that we forget the warmth and light from the sun, and only by learning to let go can you move towards a better life." With a strong inner self, Tara was able to escape the shackles of her family and step into a wide world. She discovered human nature through education, recreating herself by learning knowledge and really swimming upstream. People should be like pearls, needing to nurture the ability to regenerate wounds, transforming those wounds so that they can become the brightest pearls in this life. Sometimes the tree will bear fruit, sometimes it will be barren and desolate. Only by letting go of the obsessions, silently and persistently rebuilding yourself, can you meet a completely new person. Only by learning to be alone and constantly exploring your inner self can you find your own destination. And only by overcoming fear, having hope in adversity, keeping faith, can we find happiness and courage to survive. Thank you for listening. If you find this video useful, please give me a like button and share it with those who need it. Follow and turn on the notification bell to watch the latest videos of Remind. Finally, I hope you and I can turn the bitterness in life into great inner strength. In difficulties, we still keep moving forward.